He promised us he'll get his food. He promised us he'll entertain us with some interesting things. I don't know. Gopal, cut pannirunga, please. I'll talk about adult friendships now. See, the thing is,
adult friendships. Adult வேற மாதிரி
cut it. The thing, me and Amritha, we are millennials, but Godwin,
they are faking to be
it's Gen X. It's Gen X.
Allo Gen Y.
இல்லப்பா நீங்க சோறு சொன்னீங்க, சோறு இருக்கும்னு சொன்னீங்க, சோறு இன்னும் வரல, அவ்வளவுதான் சொல்ல.
So I think one way we connected was we all like movies. So we were like, if any new movie comes on OTT, we'll be like on that Friday.
But then after Masters, you're like in a totally different place, right? You've come to a different country. You don't know anyone over there.
Friends are like, the number one people you can rant something to. Whenever we are stuck, whether it's like visa or layoffs or marriage or this thing, if you don't rant to someone, your mind will explode.
Why don't you share your thoughts about why you decided or when you decided that you would like to head back home?
சரி, ஓகே.
என்னது அதான் என்ன சொன்னா இப்ப சொல்லுங்க
அது வந்த உடனே like finger on your lips.
I'll tell what she was telling before clicking that record button. பாட்காஸ்ட் பாஸ் பண்ண வந்து ஃபுட்டு கொடுக்கல, காஃபி கொடுக்கல, டீ கொடுக்கல, இதுல ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணி எடிட் பண்ணி இது பண்ணி இருக்கிறதே யாரா ஸ்பான்சர் எங்களுக்கே இல்ல. ஸ்பாட்டிஃபை யாரா பாத்தீங்கன்னா
it's 1 o'clock in the night. எங்களுக்கு we didn't eat.
1 o'clock யாரே சாப்பிடுவா?
No, it's 1 o'clock and we still haven't eaten our food.
அப்படி சொல்ற. ஆமா.
It's because of me la. I didn't give you food.
நீங்க சொன்னீங்களே, you said you would be sending some food. I don't see any. ஏமாத்துறீங்களா எங்கள?
So everyone இத வந்து அப்படியே ஒரு கான்ட்ரோவர்ஷியல் thumbnail ஆக்கணும் தான் நாங்க ஒரு sketch மாதிரி போனோம். ஃபன் பண்றோம் சொல்லுங்க. It's a prank.
No, it was not fun. No. நெஜமாலே சோறு போடல.
கண்டிப்பா கட். I'm telling you. இல்ல கட்டடா.
எனக்கு நான் அவ்வளவு நல்லா எடிட் பண்ணுவேன் நம்பிக்கை வச்சிருக்க பாத்தியா? I don't even know how to trim or edit or do anything. Nothing.
அதெல்லாம் சொல்லாதீங்க.
அதெல்லாம் him being humble. He's the best software engineer.
Software developer.
Any
questions? You know who to hit up. hit
அதான் வாங்க. என்ன வருதோ இல்லையோ, I'm going to get a lot of comments in my inbox and that is because of this lady.
You know who to
oh, this will go public, no? Oh god.
Oh, recording on பண்ணிட்டோம்ல. ஆமால.
He'll cut it off. He'll cut it off.
Yeah, definitely. This effects. That is courtesy. Give credits. வரல.
She's just boasting her iPad settings.
She is an Android user, but she did Drogam to this, just like how the Bigg Boss contestants did Drogam to someone.
Don't get me started on Bigg Boss, Godwin. Now உட்கார்ந்து பேசுவேன் அப்புறம்.
We are all diehard fans of Bigg Boss Tamil, okay? So if anyone is interested in Bigg Boss content, next year we can do like one Noah.
I am annoyed with the results. Okay, I don't mind the first result.
Ammu, do not Ammu.
I cannot. So it's very controversial. I would not.
Second place was justified or not, Ammu? Second place
was very good. Very good choice. God wanted, the universe wanted this to happen.
So coming back.
No comments on this, please.
That was like basically like that is how
So
H1B
for
lottery
all
happens.
those who are watching, you tell us Big Boss season 7,
Oh,
season 7 runner-up position. What are your thoughts? Put it down in the
put it
comments,
down in
MD.
comments. Yes.
YouTuber mare pesrena.
If anyone asks, like, if anyone agrees, you can directly message this girl on top,
No, no,
Amrita.
no, 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 no.
It was
Any messages,
completely
any.
rigged. I said it's okay.
Yeah, so that summarizes how H1B lottery happens. People who are undeserving can come to second place.
Oh, true that. Oh, that's a good
I
analogy.
openly called out.
Did you just say Big Boss season 7 runner-up for the position is undeserving Godwin?
Yeah, as told by Sneha. Off screen.
No. Off screen. Off screen விஷயம் off screenலயே இருக்கட்டும். Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
But I feel the fifth position and all, that was
Third
fine.
position was very, very
Third
nice. Huh?
position, that person's amazing. Okay. I thought she would win. I mean, she deserves to win. Yeah.
Fifth
இதுக்கு மேல
position
எதுவும் இல்ல.
யாருமே பேச போறது இல்லல. Vishnu.
So the
It's
host
DC.
of
It's
today's
DC.
show
They're all
is a
diehard
big
fans.
Vishnu fan. No, not me, not Amrita,
Yeah,
the
Who
day.
host
said
is.
DC? DC, you know what it is, no?
TCA.
Don't care.
Oh, we have to do the Gen Z lingo with these two apparently, I think.
It's Nanya.
No, actually, we should do. So,
Nanya.
me and Amrita, we are millennials, but
School
Godwin
students. They are
is a
faking to be
boomer.
H1B.
He's Gen X. He's Gen
He-
X.
Yeah, hello,
boomer
Gen
is
Y,
he.
enna Gen X. I also know the definitions and all.
Gen
You're a
X.
boomer, Godwin. You're a boomer.
Already. And okay, nice. So I like coming back to the Gen Z discussion, this thing, all that. We'll go back to the topic finally. எவ்வளவு நேரம் இருக்கு? Okay, never mind. Whatever time we are going to cover whatever we think is going to be left on this topic, which is going to be Big Boss final discussion again. So, oh no, I'm just kidding. இல்ல. எவ்வளவு சீரியஸா ரெண்டு பேரும் பாரு. Amrita is like, this is the
Actually,
chance.
கேட்கவே இல்லையா?
Okay, so
Okay.
topic what all we talked about travel, this thing, all that. What else? I think one important aspect is the three of us itself. Whenever we want to like catch up or like talk, in college and all, it used to be really easy to like catch up with a friend or someone. Nowadays, it's like you need to plan in advance. You need to be like in the Friday, அந்த நாள் நீ பிஸியா இருப்ப. Okay, அந்த Saturday, இந்த நாள் you will be free. So you'll have to like ஒரு ஆஃபீஸ் மீட்டிங் மாதிரியே ஷெட்யூல் பண்ணி அப்படி ஷெட்யூல் பண்ணா கூட something or the
See,
other will come up.
Nanga, like me and Amrita, we're always free. We would ask for Godwin whether you're free today, we can talk. I'll let tomorrow. He'll be like, no, I have to look at my schedule.
ஆமா
I have to
வெட்டியா
see.
இருக்கேன்.
I'm a senior software developer. I don't have time for you guys. Abdintala, yes,
இவங்க
told
வந்து
us
they have
many,
hosted
many
events,
times.
the Nerf gun ஒன்னு go look it up. These two are the engineers behind that entire event. So
They'll
they'll
think
go
we
and
are the engineers for the Nerf gun. No, no, no. It was an event based out of Nerf guns.
see,
No, it's
humble.
okay.
So இதுல இருந்தே you will know who is the busy ones, who is the ones who will work, who is the ones who was like high profile அதெல்லாம். Anyway, let's leave it to the audience. They'll know like who is the what அந்த மாதிரிலாம்.
Yeah, they'll know for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but like whatever happens, like there is that extra bit of effort we'd have to put in that adult friendships. If I think I did a small podcast like on my thing where like connecting or meeting is like you have like very few set of friends already after work. இது தவிர you have colleagues, இது தவிர you have this thing. So அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது what do you feel like how different is that, like is that phase compared to like that college phase, like adulthood in general, coming back, like diverging a little bit from masters, along with that responsibilities, what sort of like என்ன சொல்றது new things we'll try? Like I think for example all three of us, we try to do like a gaming night where we'll just connect on Discord and we'll just play like I'd say we played Dota, but I would not recommend that experience even for as a person who's playing Dota, because that is not a good way to like like for new players, new experience, that's very bad. But at least we had fun doing stuff here and there. So we tried, like we watch movies, for example. All like one of the other things is like not everyone gets to work in the same state. So always, like most of the time, unless you're as lucky as these two who will join the same school, same college, same work, அதெல்லாம் இருக்கட்டும். அதெல்லாம் வந்து 1 in a million மாதிரி இவங்களுக்கு occur ஆயிரும். But usually people will be different states, cities அந்த மாதிரி. So I think one way we connected was we all like movies. So we were like, if any new movie comes on OTT, we'll be like on that Friday night, for example, even after this, we are like, எந்த கடையில பீட்சா வாங்கலாம், லிட்டில் சீசர்ஸா, டாமினோஸா, இதுவா? That is what is running on Amritha's mind. When will this fellow finish
Even now.
podcast?
Even now.
Order, she's on அந்த கார்ட்ல
When is this
வச்சிருக்கல.
gonna get done?
By the way, before the recording started, Godwin has not
Promised
got
us.
his. Huh?
Oh no, continue.
No, I was just
Promised us.
saying, he promised us he'll get his food. He promised us he'll entertain us with some interesting things. I don't know. Gopal, cut பண்ணிருங்க please.
Thumbnail content ready. ஆமா, நம்ம இவ்ளோ ஜாலியா பேசிட்டு இருக்கோமே, இதெல்லாம் வந்து லைக் பாத்து.
No, the thing is, Godwin,
When he's going to edit, he'll be like, எதுவுமே பேசல.
திருப்பி ஒரு செஷன் புக் பண்ண வாங்க, அடுத்த வாரம் நம்ம ரெக்கார்ட் பண்றோம்.
Okay, let's
ஒரு
move back.
Amritha say something.
இல்லப்பா, நீங்க சோறு சொன்னீங்க, சோறு இருக்கும்னு சொன்னீங்க, சோறு இன்னும் வரல, அவ்வளவுதான் சொல்ல வந்தேன்.
Okay, I'll talk about adult friendships now. See, the
Okay.
thing is,
adulthood friendships. Adult friendships வேற மாதிரி
cut it.
என்னையும் நம்பி எடிட் பண்ணுவேன், கட் பண்ணுவேன்னு 2 பேரு கைஸ். எனக்கு வந்து I am doing it out of passion. Okay, editing knowledge எல்லாம் இல்ல. So you will what? Adult
மானம் பறந்துவிடும் கோபால், ப்ளீஸ் அப்படி எல்லாம் பண்ணாதீங்க. Okay. So the thing about adulthood friendships,
family
Okay,
friendly.
guys.
Yes. குடும்பங்கள் கொண்டாடும் வெற்றி.
Okay, fine.
Hmm.
When you're in school, when you're in college, I wouldn't say college, it again depends. So we both did our college in a hostel. So even appa kuda you will have friends
In a
around
hostel.
you. Nee pesri.
You did your college in a hostel nu sonnani, that's it. Continue.
Wow. இது wait. I'm waiting for the dialogue. கோபால் கட் பண்ணிருங்க, கரெக்ட்டா? அதானே?
Cut it.
கட் இட். அவ்வளவுதான். நெக்ஸ்ட்.
நீனவே எது சொல்லதல.
நான் அப்படியே ஒரு 1 second I'll just give an intro மட்டும். ஏனா இது வரைக்கும் எல்லாமே கட் பண்ணிருவோம். ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா நான் intro கொடுத்து we'll start again. Okay, welcome to this podcast everyone. Now Sneha is going to talk
about adulthood friendships.
Adulthood friendships, yeah. So the thing about adulthood friendships is that when you were in school or when you were in college, you would have friends like right there. Yeah, you can meet her tomorrow. That is like an advantage you have. Whereas once you start working, all your friends are in different places. And here they're in different states, and all your India friends are in India.
Oh yeah.
So it's very hard to connect with them. There is that time zone difference, even for friends in India and for people who are living in different states here. It depends. Yeah. So yeah, as Godwin's very busy and people like Godwin are very busy, it would be very hard to get their appointments to just catch up.
Balance.
Yeah, to catch up with them. So you will be like, inik free, and you will send them like 1,000 texts.
I can edit and add those screenshots of our conversations on the right. You don't know that, right?
No, I'm saying,
I thought you didn't know how to edit, no?
See, she's a topper for your
She's
information.
a topper. For all those
Sorry.
who don't know, she is a university rank holder.
She has a college named after her. Who has that flex?
It's okay, guys. It's okay. Play it low key.
Yeah. What was I saying? Anyways, yeah, it gets harder because everyone has their own schedules, and it'll be hard to correlate your time with theirs and just catch up. But all those calls, once you are in these adulthood friendships, those calls are not just 1 hour. It goes to 3 hours, 4 hours. It depends. So it's like an entire evening is gone with them. Yeah.
Especially,
for me, sorry, what?
Oh no, go.
Uh, for me, I was going to say, like, before in school, even during undergrad, I didn't really know it was, it was just something that happened. At least I was fortunate enough to get friends, I think. I didn't really think about making friendships then. But then after masters, you're like in a totally different place, right? You've come to a different country. You don't know anyone over there. So you start developing your skills, of course. You have to talk with people. And building friendships then was totally different from how I'd build up friendships during my undergraduate. I didn't really know I had to put a lot of effort, but then um it just teaches you things about life, I would say. But yeah, that's what I would define as adulthood friendships, you know. But then those are like, it's hard because, like Sneha said, they're all in different states after once you graduate. But before graduation, it's all so good and fun, and you just know they're just like in the next building. You can go and visit. I know I can count on them for everything as well. I like to leave it at that. It's been good.
And
Yeah.
especially like friends are like, the number one people you can rant something to. Whenever we are stuck, whether it's like visa or layoffs or marriage or this thing, if you don't rant to someone, your mind will explode. You need to go and ராத்தி எப்படிடா அவன் எனக்கு அந்த செகண்ட் அட்டம்ப்ட்ல அதை இது பண்ணல நான் இங்க இருக்க மாட்டேன் இந்த மாதிரி. So like all these things, friends are that life support system. So I would say more than finding a good workplace or like this thing or something, make sure at any point you have at least one person you can tell anything to. This might not matter in India because you're by default getting your parents who you can say something to. Here, you like at one point you can't say everything to your parents because like one day you don't want them to be worried about you. You kind of want to give that impression that you're fine, everything is good, so that they don't have to think about you from another country. Second is, there are some other things that like in our age and all, which will be more relatable only in this age. The if
Hey,
for example,
cycle gap, like he said, our age and no, we are in a different age group.
so
He's
I try to
older
include them. They are like, okay,
Yes.
wow.
and we are younger to him. Yeah,
Just kidding.
not the
Edit
same
la
age
vandirum
group.
adu. Don't worry.
No, no, no.
So yes,
Yeah,
so that
but actually, it kind of depends on a person. It would depend on the person. Like some people I know, some friends of mine who don't really, they're they like to be by themselves. So I think it would depend on the person. Some people might not have a lot of friends. Some people they
at
might
least
have
one
just
should
one.
be like, I think, that benchmark or
See,
like suggestion.
I, yeah, I think when you move to the US, you don't have your family nearby you. So if anything happens to you, any good thing or bad thing, whom you could share with the very next second or the minute would be your friends.
Yes.
So I think that is a bond. Like even when you fall sick, it'll be the friend who's taking care of you.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think that's why that bond or that those friendships which you form abroad are even more stronger and closer because they become your family, like what Amrita said.
நல்ல மியூசிக்கல் டச் சரியா இருக்கு. I can add update அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது piece to this statement that she gave. Nice.
Yeah.
இதெல்லாம் நீ சொன்னாதான் எங்களுக்கு தெரியுங்க.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes like that's what, like I think like when you imagine a day where ideally your mindset will be, you just on a Thursday evening, things didn't go well at work, okay, you got screwed or like some pressure, so you're having that stress. In like 2-3 months your visa like lottery pickup is going to be scheduled, so you're having that stress. And on top of that, your favorite contestant didn't win at Bigg Boss, you're having that stress also. So all the stress combined, by being by yourself is like, yeah, you can try to tackle it, but it's like mostly like, if you have a partner or like a friend, I mean, even in the case of, let's say, if you are having a partner also, I would still say it'll be vital to keep your friends group. And that's when I think that quality over quantity also matters. Because when you're in college, you would have 10-15 friends easily. No problem. You can talk to anyone. Here, you're like limited to only few people, few friends that you really share everything with. So it becomes more intimate, that bond. So something that you always want. Even if I think about, like, I don't know about our parents and all, they used to have that saying that Narya friends will go off after marriage. Like, so I've still seen some people even our age, like, kind of thinks of them. I think no. Like, you will always have a separate space for your friends, for your partner, everyone. That connection would always like go on. And especially US, it is very, very, very like important. Like, that support system that is like much, much needed. Yep. ஐயோ
Yeah.
next என்ன சொல்றேன்னு தெரியல. Okay. So that, okay, friends topic. And what else, like, okay, I think we are nearing to
What?
the last final moment, so
Oh,
anything else
if
you want
it
to touch
is,
up?
yeah, I want viewers to know why you're moving back to India, or uh, what are your
About
plans?
the podcast, I mean, நான் என்னோட ஃபைனல் மூமெண்ட்ஸ் மாதிரி எனக்கு ஃபேர்வெல் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி ஆகிட்டா பாரு இவ. Okay, so I'll
No,
tell you the
that's a serious thing, la.
I'll summa like tell like that perspective. So just for context,
Okay,
I'm
now I'll
someone.
ask the question again. I'll just rephrase the question.
நீ பயமா
I'll
இருக்கு.
say, um, why don't you share your thoughts about why you decided or when you decided that you would like to head back home?
Okay, good question.
Mm,
So I think like she said, like 2 years I finished masters, worked for
mm,
3-4 years, and I was at that phase where I have to think about the next stage, like whether in terms of like getting settled or like marriage or like every other plans. And at that time, like that reason I had before that 5 years was, first thing was like financial savings and net. So I did not have anything 3-4 years back. So at that time, my only aim was to like earn money. I did not have anything else on my mind. So I was completely tunnel visioned on just earning. So after I finished saving up for like 3-4 years, there was that point where money was like not the most deciding factor for my next stage of life. So I
mm,
thought, what are the factors which decide me? So the first important factor was, as cheesy as it sounds, I kind of want to like be with my parents up close and spend that next stage with them. So I want to like be with them when, as I get married, as I have kids, as I like experience that next phase, I want to be like right next to them. And with this current status of green card or this thing, they can maximum come for 6 months. They can't come all the time and stay. So I like, that was my first reason of I want to stay with them up close and this thing. Second, the India which was there 10 years back and the India which is now, at least for like software or tech, we are having like competitive salaries, competitive jobs. There's even really good companies all over India. So that kind of motivated me that you can go to like, maybe like the work life balance might take in it, but you will be in a very good position in a good job in India as well. It has changed now. It's not like you need to go to US to work in developing jobs and something. So that also was like a good factor. Third, I am like, you can tell whatever you want, but I think I'm someone who's like very, very like, very close to like authentic and native stuff. Whether it's like food, whether it's like movies. I still see Tamil movies. I still watch CSK. I still like, whatever food I eat is like Indian most of the time. So to better enjoy all of them, what better place other than Chennai? Like I get to go to the stadium. I get to go to like first day releases, celebrations. I get to experience roadside kalan, roadside food. I get to like, go to whether it's like stand up or this thing, like everything is like native to that place. That is what I know. I can't relate to NFL games or baseball games naturally. Theater, opera performance லாம் போற அளவுக்கு எனக்கு மூளையும் இல்லை இதுவும் இல்லை. So all the taste here are like native to people who are born here and have embraced this culture. My culture or my taste is like completely different. இவ்வளோ கண்டினியூஸாக ஒரு ஸ்பீச் பேசுனதே இல்லை நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ யா பேசிக்லி ஸோ அந்த ஒரு நேட்டிவிட்டி, அந்த ஒரு இது ஐ தாட் வேர் ஐ வில் பி லைக் இஃப் ஐ திங்க் வேர் ஐ ஹேவ் ஃபன், வேர் ஐ வில் பி லைக் இன் அ வெரி குட் பொசிஷன், வேர் ஐ கேன் டேக் கேர் ஆஃப் எவ்ரி ஒன். இது எல்லாமே யோசிச்சா ஐ டென்ட் ஹேவ் டு திங்க் ட்வைஸ். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் வாஸ் லைக் இந்தியா. வாட் எவர் இட் இஸ் யூ கேன் கோ தேர் அண்ட் you go back now, you experience that lifestyle. Worst case, you can always like 3-4 years later think and relocate to another country. But now when you can, when you have that time, when you have that this thing, because I don't know 1 year later how I'll be, whether I'll have savings, whether like the world is in a very good place, all that might change. Now when you have the decision, go for it. Let's try whatever happens. But I think obviously the biggest challenge for me was more than like money or this thing. Like the thing I miss in US is like they said the bond, that friends, that connect that you get. So like, like back when I was in India, all I had was like one set of friends to take care of. Now, like I also established some set of like, friends in US. There's like 3 people here, 4 people here. So there's like these people that I have to miss. So I think in my decision, that was the hardest part. Not job, not money, not this thing. It was these like, these two that you see, that you're not gonna have frequent, like, that meet like this or travel like this or like talking to them like this. Like that kind of feeling is the only thing which was like, which took a lot to arrive on scene. But despite all that, the other factors and other thing, and obviously I know these two will come after 8 months. So that also is there. So
Adapavi.
so so all these are like, now I feel you've got the experience, you've got the money, you have done everything, you have a degree to your name. We'll go back to our country. We'll just enjoy. Like, I always say, like, do you even need a reason to come back home? That is the reason.
Yeah,
That is home. அவ்வளவுதான். Like, you need a
well
reason to
put.
stay here. Why do you want? That is home. அவ்வளவுதான். That's why. So anyway, ரொம்ப ஏதோ ஒரு ஆஸ்கர் ஸ்பீச் லெவல்ல இது பண்ணதுக்கு.
No, but that said, I think it's the best decision you have ever taken,
Yeah.
and I wish you nothing but the best. You will. I hope all your wishes come true, and yeah.
அப்ப விஷ்ணு will win Big
You'll
Boss.
never know. You will meet us soon.
So,
You.
Anyway, but thanks.
But yeah,
Yeah.
true, all of that. Correct.
I think
yeah.
it's like, I think that's a completely vibe.
One second. I'll just charge my laptop.
Say electrical engineers ana charge illa. The state of
Okay.
No, electrical engineer. I'm a good electrical
she's
engineer.
a topper,
I have
correct?
to. She is,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Okay, that was nice. Yeah, I know. And uh, like you said, I remember you telling me this. There was this line that you told me, India, the number of years it took to reach its first trillion, it took around 30, 32 years, was it? And then the second trillion. And then right now, it's just 3 or 2 years for the next trillion to happen. So that's like a very fast growth pace. So, but apart from the job opportunities, of course, the lifestyle in India, you cannot beat it anywhere else. Like at home, I would say. Starting off with mom's food and free rent. Maybe not the place that you would be. What was I going to say? You would be working at, but at least you get free rent. Another free food.
cheap food. பூரி இட்லிலாம் கூட 20 rupees
Street
தான் இருக்கும்
food.
உனக்கு.
எல்லாம் சேர்த்து ஸ்ட்ரீட் ஃபுட் கூட எவ்வளவு
Oh,
வேணுமோ
street food.
பானிபூரி எவ்வளவு சாப்பிடலாம்
Never,
அதெல்லாம் எவ்வளவு பெரிய
USல
கஷ்டம்.
you remember like just having pani puri is $7 for reference. You don't even.
7, that's
ஆமா.
less.
They've increased that price.
They've increased it now. I think it's 9.99 now. Do you know they just added
He is
99
living in
on the
Dallas,
like
which is like mini India, and he's still moving back, saying he's homesick. The place where we live at, we don't even have that many Indian restaurants.
Dallas
So we
has
should,
Saravana Bhavan. Oh God,
yeah.
I'll never forget the time we went to Madurai Tattukada in
மதுரை
Dallas.
தட்டுக்கடை. Shout out to Dallas.
Oh God. பரோட்டா பண்ணு என்னெல்லாம்
Yeah.
சாப்பிடு என்னெல்லாம் சாப்பிடல இன்னைக்கு பா
That
வேற
was
level
still
food.
not convincing enough. La. ஆனா அவ்வளோ இருந்தும் கூட, but like they said, if not for Dallas, I think I would have moved 1 or 2 years before itself, I think. That was, at least that food was enough to keep you sane. But I think like what she stressed upon is like, no, might not it to a lot of people who are already in India, because I will say like that perspective of, just having that homemade rasam by your mom, like having and watching TV is very rare, because we are experiencing that feeling of not having it for so long that we can really understand it. Even 5 years back, I would not appreciate that dosa or that thing. I'll be like, "Apra saaptikkalam." I'll never understand that value. But only when you live away from your food, away from your movies, away from like all this, like, whatever you call home, for a consistent amount of time, with all this stress, with all these uncertainties, that's when you realize how much those little things are. Because like I think most of the NRIs, we have like a lot of superficial things. We have like, Teslas here, big house there. Everything will get like eventually in 5-10 years. But those little things, there's like little moments where like ஸ்கூட்டர் எடுத்துட்டு ஒரு பைக் எடுத்துட்டு மச்சான் வார டீ சாப்பிடலாம் சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு பெஞ்ச்ல உட்காந்து சும்மா like randomly like experiencing that moments or this thing, those are like those little things that lifeல
You
அப்படியே.
miss, yeah.
Yeah.
And you even said this, like, parent, you can bring your parents over here if you want to, but then they can only be here for 6 months. That's
Yeah.
that's another challenge. You really don't want that. You want them to be here as long as they want to, but then they've yeah, visa
It
and their
sucks.
restrictions.
Yeah. And just
You
imagine
really,
future planning if you get married na,
exactly.
your
I
in-laws
didn't know
parents.
about this. Exactly. So I didn't know that. Okay, I thought maybe okay, you have your kids over here. You can have your parents over whenever you want to. But
Hmm.
no, they can only stay here for a maximum of 6 months,
6 months.
right?
That too, they're very
And
strict on that port of entry.
yeah,
Not even one day.
it's not just that. See, it might be nice when your parents are young, but once they get older, that travel is not easy to make. Sitting
And the
24 hours
18
leaves,
flight.
hours or
yeah,
20 hours in a flight without
My God.
moving, just sitting.
என்னாலே
Some
முடியல
people,
இந்த வயசுல
yeah.
பாரு.
In the
Anjali.
Vaislana, you are old, but anyways, for parents who are older than you, yeah, the travel is not easy to make, and after one point of time, even they will not feel at home here. For
Hmm.
example, I brought my dad this time. This was his first time. You might think, wow, he would have been excited, US and all. It was just there for 1 week or 2 weeks, and then he was like, "You have put me in an open jail. I can't go anywhere. Where is the tea kada? Where are the people? ஐயோ என்ன ஜெயில போட்டிருக்கா அப்படின்னு it was only
அதேதான்.
complaining. Yeah. So even if you force them and even if they come here, they wouldn't like it.
Exactly.
But I had the best time. I had the best home cooked food.
Friends parents
When my
வரும்போது that
parents
is a
came,
vibe.
yeah, for
That's
her it
that.
was nice, but yeah, if you ask my parents, I don't think they did enjoy it, but not as much as they would enjoy home or having me home, having me in India. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. So, like to all that parents who are watching, who are all watching, please understand you are also not going to like it. We are also not having
oh,
like this thing.
இது for all the parents who are watching, இல்ல for Godwin's
It's for all
parents.
the parents. General நம்ம எப்போதும் பர்சனல் அட்டாக் பண்றது இல்ல. It's only for general all parents.
That's
உங்களுக்கும் பிடிக்கல யாருக்கும் பிடிக்கல ப்ளீஸ் டோன்ட் சே கீப் தட் ஐடியாலஜி தட் 2024ல யூஎஸ் போறது சம் கெத்து ஆர் திஸ் திங். யூஎஸ் மாப்ள இஸ் நாட் அ குட் சைன் எனிமோர். இஸ் லைக் லைக் நத்திங் இன் அசோசியேட்டட் வித் லைக் யூஎஸ் இஸ் லைக் ஆஸ் hyped as it was 10 years. ஈவன் ஜிவிஎம்ஏ பாவம் யூஎஸ்ல இருக்க சாங்ஸ்லாம் எடுக்க போயிட்டு
Auntie,
அவங்களோட
uncle,
ஷூட்டிங்கே
இது
கூட இந்தியாவில தான்
உங்களுக்கு
பண்றாங்க.
உங்ககிட்ட சொல்லறதுக்கு is very scared, so he's just doing this on a public podcast. But this is only for you.
நீங்க மைண்ட் வாய்ஸ் நினைச்சு ஓப்பனா பேசிட்டீங்க
Sacha.
சார்.
Yeah.
India is also mass. So what we are saying is US is good and all, but yeah, like think about it. Like if you are really really passionate, basically that choice that you have is like India or US. You should be the one to choose, not parents, not friends, not anyone. You should have that option to choose. First of all, some of us we don't even have that option to choose, which itself is one discrimination kind of thing. Like you're forced to go. Like how can like
Full and
எனக்கு
full
அதுவும்
personal story. A story by Godwin with Thomas.
ஹலோ liability என் மேல இருக்கக்கூடாதுப்பா. Yeah, make that choice and we have exactly 3 minutes, so I'll do this. So okay, so like everyone take like 1 minute or like 30 minutes, 30 seconds. Last final thing, question will be, so if you can just chumma describe like any like happy moments or like some little thing that you enjoyed like after masters in that work life, one kutti memory, whatever it is.
In work life, huh?
இல்ல after work life in US, like
Oh,
your
in
some
US. A
close
happy memory
tiny
in the
happy.
US. Okay.
Or you think I'll start maybe first அப்போ இந்த இதுல,
No, no, nah. You might copy my answer, so I'll just tell it. Okay.
which Ammu
I
did.
can't
Okay,
think of. Okay.
2.5
So
minutes recording time, come on.
I think the best thing that has ever happened to me in the US, especially, would be friends, of course. Before moving here, I did have very good friends in college and school as well, but after moving here, the dynamics of that friendship completely changed because they're not just your friends anymore, they become your family. And
My
I
answer
made some
poche.
really, see, that's why, that
Patya?
is why I took
Patya?
this.
Ah,
So yeah, I think that adulthood friendships, as Godwin labeled it,
I
it would
coined that
be
name.
that,
Patent file பண்ணணும்.
yeah,
Ah.
yeah. I found a lot of good people. I think I've grown closer with them, and they were there for me during my tough and my good times. And yeah, that would be whenever I think of a happy memory in the US, it would always be associated with this very small group of people. Like I have one memory with each and every one of them. So yeah,
Except for obligation to talk to their partner. அவ்வளவுதான்.
I meant it in a nice way. He's trying to frame me. Please do not believe it.
Hey,
See,
Ammu.
and one more thing, I even
Ah,
I got new friends because of that obligation, which is a plus for me.
covering up. Okay, moving on. Amrita, we have exactly 1 minute, 10
Okay.
seconds. You need
For
to say in 30
me,
seconds.
I think be it anything, like she said, of course, friends. Be it those Dota nights we had, those
Hmm.
pizza nights we had, or
Big Boss
planning
finals.
Big Boss finals. All of those are kutti kutti
I
memories.
saw
Be
somewhere
it
people who
planning
talk,
trips.
sorry to interrupt you, but I saw somewhere that people who discuss a lot about Big Boss are apparently a red flag to their partners.
That is
Uh-oh.
not the note I wanted to end this
Ayo.
on, but
Okay, continue. Yeah.
ah,
Is it though? Are you sure? Did they say green flags? Okay, there's nothing so
No,
there's
see, you
green
can just
flags.
enjoy the show, but if you talk a lot about Big Boss, then apparently it's a red flag.
okay, with that note, I think we're gonna conclude since we're ending. So if you want to be not red flags, if you want to be all that, don't talk about Big Boss like Sneha
No,
said.
do not be obsessed with Big Boss like
Ah,
Godwin is with
You
Vishnu.
like godliness. Okay.
yep, minimum.
Uh,
Okay, so thank you guys.
okay.
Oh,
It
sorry,
was
sorry.
fun.
One last
Pizza
thing.
சாப்பிடலாம்.
ஆமா, எந்த இடத்துல pizza